even if you don't realize it. There are things in this world and even people who are afraid of who you are, not for who you could become, but who you already are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Grind. We get real life topics from a biblical perspective. My name is Brian Boyd. Today's topic is the Great Reset. So everyone, if you didn't catch my Monday video, I want to first wish you all a happy new year. I pray that you all have nothing but blessings, success, and prosperity heading into this new year. And y'all, I truly believe this is going to be an amazing year, man. We're at a unique place in our world where we're all, in a sense, on the same playing field. And that's why I titled this The Great Reset, because this is what economists and everyone has been saying about this COVID world that we're currently in. We're in a place where small companies and entrepreneurs have the ability to compete for resources and space in the world with other larger corporations. And we're even seeing this in the church. You know, most mega ministries that had these large buildings and complexes and stuff are now on the same playing field as smaller ministries, because we're all competing in the social media space of trying to reach out to the people of God and thinking of new and exciting ways to bring them in. And that, honestly, as a tech person at heart, this thing is just beautiful, man. Just seeing the world as a whole adjust to this environment in this space and are using different ways to reach people and, you know, sell their product and get their point across. But I say all that to say, y'all, you know, this is the time for us, like this year specifically, it's the year for you to get everything that's for you, man. If you have the faith the size of a mustard seed and you add accountability to that, if you remain accountable and grow that seed up, there's nothing you won't be able to accomplish. And just thinking about this story in itself, thinking about our year makes me think about the story of Noah's Ark, man. In Genesis 9, where God had flooded the earth and everything had dried up, and Noah and his family had the ability to start over, to start fresh, and to go into the world anew. And with that being said, you know, there are 4 points that I got from this, surprisingly, that pretty much match up with our world today. It's just crazy to see. And if you grab onto these 4 points and you really put them into practice, man, there will be nothing that you won't be able to accomplish, man, especially if you put it in God, man. You put God first and allow him to work these things through you. But without further ado, let's get into this, okay? So the back of scripture tonight is going to be coming from Genesis 9, 1 through 3. And it reads that, and God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. So everyone, reading that very first verse, the very first commandment that I got out here that God told him to do was to be fruitful and to multiply. And when you read it as it is, you would typically assume that it's talking about children, but it's talking about so much more than that, because in the Greek and the Hebrew, the word fruitful actually means to be productive, to produce something. And that could be not just kids, but anything. And even in nature, we see this all the time, because every tree, plant, bush, or vine that exists, it only exists because it was produced by another tree, plant, bush, or vine through that particular seed. And as people, you know, our seeds are the gifts, the talents, and the abilities that we've been born with. And that's why I've been talking about this for so many months, because once you understand what your seeds are, what your gifts are, and you start to grow those things, then you have the ability to produce fruit for other people. And just like in trees in nature, you go to an apple tree, you don't go to the tree because you love the tree. You go to the tree because you want its fruit. The fruit is valuable to you. And that's why gifts are, once again, so important, because once you cultivate those gifts and you make something that's valuable for others, they will come to you. They will come and provide you with whatever it is that you need in order to give them the things that they want. Okay. And this is, we're going back to nature, going back to that example real quick. You will also notice that every seed in nature only has the capacity to produce whatever it is. So for instance, an apple tree can only produce apples. An orange tree can only produce oranges. A grapevine can only make grapes. You'll never see oranges on the apple tree. You'll never see mangoes with a watermelon vine. You just don't see these things happen. And that's important to understand because you have to identify what you have the capacity to do. And while we all can learn new things as people, we have the unique ability to go into different areas and all. Some things are just not for us, man. And I've learned this in life. I forgot who this quote is from. I think it's from Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. But he said that just because everything is good in life doesn't mean it's right for you. So just because you have the ability to do a lot of things don't mean that those things are right for you. And the purpose of that is you have to find out the source of what makes all of those gifts happen for you. You may be able to write, you may be able to read very well, you may be a creative mind, but at the core of it, you may just have the ability to think outside the box. You just may be a free thinker. You'll be able to come up with ideas out the fly, and that's your gift, and you use that gift to build fruit and to make yourself valuable to other people. And once you do that, once again, there'll be nothing that you won't be able to do, man. And that brings me to the first question of the night. What do you have the ability to do? Because once you figure that out, that's the foundation of everything that you have to do. The second thing that God told them to do was to fill the earth. And that goes back to the first point, because after you figure out what you're supposed to do, what you have the ability to grow it and spread it. And that is truly the most amazing thing. So for instance, if you're a person, you were called into ministry, you grow as a person, you grow in God. And then once you get to a point where you've grown enough as a person, you have the ability to spread the word of God to the people in the world. The same thing with you as a person. You may be a person, you may be a mentor, you may be a teacher. Before you go out and teach people in the world, you have to first teach yourself. You have to go to school. You have to learn the fundamentals of teaching. You have to learn the strategies, learn how to implement certain things so that you can teach other people. And that's what filling the earth is. Once you figure out what it is that you're supposed to do, what you're good at, you grow that up as a person yourself, and then you spread that gift out there for the world to see, man. And that's the second question for you all tonight. Once you learn what you're gifted in, how can you influence and change the world around you? Because that's where the true gift is at. That's where true prosperity and fulfillment and all of the things that people are looking for is at. And I've learned that in my personal life. Like I said, I've done a lot of things in life, man. I've achieved a lot of stuff, but I've realized at the end of the day, I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled with all of those things because they were just surrounded by the things that I wanted to do. But I found over time, and even through doing this, that's why I love it so much, is that you get fulfillment in helping and encouraging other people, and wanting to see other people become who they ultimately want to be, man. And if you're one of those people out there, you haven't found happiness in your life, I guarantee you that it's in the fulfillment of completing a need and helping other people and reaching out and giving back. That's where the true gift and true fulfillment is at in the world. The third point that I got out of this, and it actually comes from verse 2, is that the world is afraid of who you really are. And if you can read verse 2 once again, it says, "And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth and every fowl of the air, upon all that moves upon the earth and all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered." And that simply says that even if you don't realize it, there are things in this world and even people who are afraid of who you are, not for who you could become, but who you already are. And one of the biggest challenges that I've seen in my life and even in the people around us is that even though they have the utmost potential, they have so much in them and they've already done so much in life right now, they don't realize just how strong they are, just how incredible they are. And once you get that mindset, once it finally sets on you how great you already are, you will be unstoppable, because that gives you a level of confidence that will allow you to overcome anything. And as a person, I truly believe that you shouldn't get comfortable with your life. You should always strive for more. You should always do more. You should always become more. But at the same time, you have to realize who you already are, because that will give you the confidence to overcome each and everything that comes your way, man. Last but not least, the final point that I got from this, y'all, is that everything that you need in life to accomplish your purpose is already given to you. And that comes from Genesis 9:3, where it says that every moving thing that lives shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. And this is still a lesson that I'm learning myself, quite frankly, but it simply means that you already have everything that you need to accomplish in life. All of the money, the resources, the people, the education, everything that you need is already yours. But the challenge with this is that you have to first identify what the things are that you need to accomplish your task, right? And that goes back to simply fixing stuff. I got a toolbox full of tools that I'm able to fix anything with. But if I don't know what tools I need out of that box to use in order to fix the stuff that I'm fixing, that whole toolbox will do me no good. And that goes for every single area of your life. You can fix your money, your relationships, your health, your motivation, any of that. You won't be able to fix any of that stuff in your life until you know what you need to fix that stuff. So the thing here in life, I have to ask this question, what is it in your life that you need to do? What do you need to accomplish your goals? Because once you identify what it is that you need, then you'll be able to go out there and get it. So to bring all of that back and to sum this message up, everyone, 2021 is the year of greatness, man. I cannot stress this enough. This is the year of greatness because we're part of the Great Reset and we're on this even playing field with everyone else, man. This is the year to get everything that you want. And in order to do that successfully, to do that with the utmost potential, there are 4 things that you have to do once again. And the first of which is that you have to find your seeds. You have to grow your fruit. Whatever gift that is, grow it, focus on that one specifically, and grow it and make it to what it can ultimately be, man. The second thing that you have to do is once you grow that fruit and make it what it's supposed to be, spread it out to the world, market your product, market the things that you're doing, and give back to other people, because I'm telling you, that's where the gift is at. And I've learned this over time so much. And shout out to my bro Vince, by the way. He did a thing in the city called You Are Growth, and he talked about just how much value you can be. You have to make yourself valuable to other people. When you make yourself valuable to other people, you in turn take care of yourself as well, because they will come to you for their needs and they will give you the things that you need so that you can give them the things that they need. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, moving on to the last point, man. The world around you is scared. Okay. I cannot stress this one enough either. The world around you is scared of not who you're supposed to be or not who you were, but who you are right now. And you have to understand that. When you understand that, as I said before, you will get a level of confidence that will make you unstoppable. Okay. Because it will put you in the mindset of nothing will be able to stop you. And like I said, once again, if you combine that mindset with God, there's absolutely nothing you will not be able to accomplish, because the Bible says you have to have the faith the size of a mustard seed. And if you have that mustard seed faith and you're grounded, no pun intended, with God, there's absolutely nothing that will be out of your reach. Okay. But you have to realize who you really are. You have to realize that you're capable to do anything. The Bible gives us so many affirmations, man, that we're more than conquerors. We can do exceedingly and abundantly through the power that works in us. You have the ability. But I can tell you this all day. The people around you can tell you this and the world can see it. But until you realize that you're who you are, all of that talk will be no good. So understand who you are. Understand that there's greatness in you. And the last point that I have to give is that, in order to reach your full potential in life, you have to find out what you need to get there. Okay. Tools, resources, people, money, grants, all of that stuff. You have to realize the things that you need in order to get to where you want to go. And I've seen that in life all the time. It's not that we don't have the resources around us, because everything that we need is, if it's not in us, it's around us. But you have to realize what you need out of life. You have to realize what you need out of life. And once you do that, everything will line up. And from that point, you just have to do the work. You just have to stay diligent, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and stay encouraged, man. Because, like I said, the thing that we get in our faith too is that you have to be accountable. You have to have accountable faith. And sometimes things don't always work out, and they don't always appear that they're gonna work out. But the thing that you do then, you take it in, you take it as a lesson, and then you come back better, you do better, and then as it turns, you will ultimately achieve what you're supposed to. But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much it. As always, I pray that you all have a great day, a great year, great week, all of that, man. 2021 is the year, man. Like I said, if I could just leave you all on that, go into 2021 with expectation, go into this year with accountable faith. Have the faith that you can achieve anything through God and be accountable to that thing. Put the discipline in, plan out what you're supposed to do, and do the work, because that's the only way it's going to get done. You can believe it all day, but if you don't do, then you won't get it done. All right. So that's it, everyone. Like I said, I pray that you all be safe. You all be well. You all be prosperous in this new year, man. And that's whatever. I will talk to you all very, very soon, man. This is Brian Boyd signing off. Peace. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're catching this on social media, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video with everyone that would love to hear it. And if you're one of my amazing listeners, please be sure to download the episode and follow us on all social media platforms at The Grounded Podcast. In the meantime, everyone, I pray that you all be blessed, be safe, be prosperous, and I will see you all soon in an upcoming video. This is Brian Boyd signing off. Peace.